Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Side Eye
Chat.
I'm Fields.
I'm Carter.
And as you can see, we're missing one person.
Where is she?
I don't know. Do you know where she's at?
It's her baby birthday. It's her baby birthday. So
Yeah,
you know what
she
happens when
she
it be
for bae.
baby birthday and stuff,
Hey,
and you know you can't hang out with your friends because you got to be with your mans and
Speaking
stuff.
of birthdays,
Somebody's a year older up here. Don't know who it might be.
It's me.
I still look fine like wine, so I guess it wasn't me.
Girl, I get better with time.
You little what your shirt say yesterday?
39 and still fine.
39 and still fine.
Period.
My dog still got it.
So we have a lot of great topics tonight.
That we
Hopefully
do.
You guys are ready. So you ready for the first topic? Actually,
yeah. Let's know the first topic.
Wait. Before we get into the first topic, I have a question for everybody that's on live right now. So, does it mean anything if someone sends you a happy birthday in your inbox as opposed to on your wall? Does it mean that like trying to hide something?
What are you trying to say, friend? Did this happen to you for your birthday?
Asking for a friend.
You're asking for a friend.
I'm asking for a friend. What do you guys think? Hey, Deshaun.
So, I don't know. Maybe it means they have something to hide potentially. Like if someone can, why can't they say happy birthday
on
to
the
you
wall
on
like
the wall?
everybody else? I know.
Or maybe it's not anything to hide.
Maybe
they are like,
hey Ray.
yeah, nothing to hide. But maybe they're just like, maybe they want like a personal thing. Like maybe you send back, thank you so much. It means so much to me. Like maybe they're trying to shoot their shot.
Same thing I say everybody else. Thank you with a heart.
Maybe they're trying to shoot their shot. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's get to. I don't think it means anything. All right, Angie said it doesn't mean anything. It probably doesn't. I'm just being, I don't know.
Extra.
Yes.
No way.
So
well,
guys,
anyways, share the live.
Share the live
share
right now.
It right
Oh, I do want to tell you guys that my friends actually surprised me with a birthday dinner yesterday.
Oh my gosh,
so
you have
nice.
such great friends.
I have such great friends. I was so surprised too. They had me thinking like, oh yeah, it's just the two of us. But my parents were there, my son was there. So it was nice. All my friends were there. Alright, so we're gonna get started. You put up the videos. Wait, what?
What? I don't know what they said.
It doesn't matter. Okay, Ray said it doesn't matter. It might be creeping probably or wanted to personalize it. You're probably right. I didn't. You put up a video story. Easy access as well. Easy access to what?
I don't know, friend.
Oh, maybe to just say, hit it and say happy birthday.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
right, Aaron.
That
makes
true.
sense. That makes sense. So yeah.
Okay, so maybe not necessarily on the creep.
All right, so we're ready for our first topic. Our first topic is.
Is it okay for friends of the opposite sex to cross the line and become intimate? Is it okay for friends to be intimate?
I don't know. I think that could mess up the friendship. If you're friends, I think you should just remain friends. If you don't think that you're going to ever pursue a relationship with that person, then I think you should not cross that line and become intimate because it could screw up the whole dynamics of the friendship. That's my take on it.
Getting on my nerves.
So what do you
little watermark?
Oh.
I keep reading this question.
So what do you guys think in the comments? Let's see. Nobody's yet. What do you think, friend?
Okay, so I think about Music Soul Child's Half Crazy when it comes to this. And I felt like Half Crazy, this says it all. Like, you could lose a really good friend because you was horny.
So don't do it.
So my thing is, you really have to weigh the pros and cons because you could really and truly lose that friendship, like for real. And sometimes when things don't end the way that you would hope for them to, you really do lose like a good friend. So that's me. So I'm gonna say, don't do it. Save a friend. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, let's see. Somebody said something. Ray said, depends on if you guys plan on being serious. That's what I said. Like if you're thinking about taking it to the next level and you're gonna be, and you know you want to be serious with this person, then I don't think it's a problem. But if you don't see a future with this person, then I would not cross those lines of intimacy. Yep. Angie said it depends on their maturity level. And if they understand what it is it just sex or are you pursuing a relationship? That makes sense. I definitely agree with what Angie said. It really is okay. Deshaun, explain. Like, have you done it before and it's been okay? Let me know, Deshaun, because you said it's okay. Antonio said, yes, it's okay. If they cross the line, obviously they've been feeling each other already. But I feel like that just changes the whole dynamic.
It changes the dynamic because now you start caring about stuff that you didn't care
now
about before. Like when that phone start vibrating, now all of a sudden it's not whatever. It's like,
other things.
That. Yeah, like, you start caring too much.
Let's see. Mary said, yes, I've done it once or twice, and we're still cool to this day.
Lucky you, because exactly. I know a lot of cases that do not end up that well.
You're lucky.
Kudos to you for being able to handle that.
Arthur said, friends, of course, line needs to be drawn first, though. It's called entanglement. Oh, my God. Here we go. It's entanglement
thing, right?
Yeah. Entanglement might lose you some friends, though, if you really had a true friendship with that person. Doug said, friendship is everything. Yeah, but some friendships you just don't cross the line over. Like,
some friendships you just shouldn't be willing to risk.
Yeah.
Because you know it's a 50-50. Like, y'all gonna be all right afterwards or y'all not gonna be all right afterwards. Because now you have to wonder now when you tell that person something, do they have ulterior motives behind the advice that they give you? Are they secretly jealous now?
Right.
Like, it just shifts.
Yeah, you have to take everything into consideration now. Aaron said people are going to have sex, but to make it casual with a friend can get blurry. Definitely.
Blurred line.
Ray said, because if y'all friends, y'all know each other enough to know if the person is worthy or not.
It's not about being worthy, but it's about people catching feelings, and now your dynamic changes. So instead of having that pure platonic friendship, or you can call them at 2:00 in the morning and it really doesn't have anything to it other than you just bored. Now it turns into like people caring about things that they shouldn't care about.
Right. When you're probably looking at it a whole different way.
Exactly.
Deshaun said, I've had a couple of one-night stands with some people that I was close friends with. How did that turn out? Are y'all still friends? Angie asked that too. Are you still friends
Were you able to be friends after
the one-night stand? Is it really a one-night stand though?
It doesn't have to be a one-night stand. Your friend could really be a friend with benefits, but you can lose that friend if one of you decides, okay, I'm gonna date somebody else, or like it gets messy.
Very messy.
It gets messy.
Have you ever been in that situation where you were friends with somebody and you crossed the line and it became intimate?
Yes.
How did that end up?
So far, so good.
Oh my God. You really said so far, so good. Oh, okay. I was talking about past, but okay.
Oh, in the past?
Yeah.
No, I can't mess up friendship. Like, friendship is real sacred to me because it's hard to find good friends. So
that's probably not my hands long. Oh, Ray said I meant worthy of a relationship.
But sometimes when friends cross the line, it's not always about necessarily a relationship.
Yeah.
It just might be we both horny at the same time and just decide that, hey, this is what I want.
Deshaun said,
give it to me, baby.
Yes, we're still friends. We're actually closer than before. Of course you're closer.
Right. You real close.
I was in them draws.
Well, final thoughts, guys. Final thoughts.
Is it okay for friends with the opposite sex to cross the line? I said no. Keep your friendship if it's a really true, genuine friendship. If it's not really that genuine and you just want to see,
then
see. Test the waters.
I will definitely say listen to music. Soul Child's Half Crazy. And then make your decision from there, because that song right there let me know not to cross the line. But, maybe you'll get something different from it. You okay, friend?
Yeah, but guys, look at this water bottle. This water bottle keeps your drink so cold, like, for 2 days.
Hopefully you'll get a sponsor for that, because you just gave them free.
I really
free
did.
advertisement.
It's the coldest water bottle, and it's so good. I love it.
Free advertisement.
All right, let's move on.
Rolling it.
Next topic. Real friends are able. Oh, let me read the last 2 comments. Angie said y'all swap souls, so yeah, she was talking to Deshaun.
Yeah,
y'all closer.
You do swap souls.
Antonio said real friends are able to work out anything. Yeah, even after sex. Things become sticky, Antonio.
Literally.
All right, next topic.
Okay, for real though. All right, so Should males and females share the responsibility of birth control or having birth control procedures?
Procedures like for guys? Snip.
Nip, tuck.
God.
Maybe? What do you think?
Not Ray talking about freezing fields. Every week I got a new nickname, Ray.
That's fine, Ray. Keep them coming. No, so I feel like, yeah.
Guys should share the responsibility of birth
It's
control.
called going half on a baby. So
There we go.
it's responsibility on both parts for keeping that situation protected. So if you know that you don't want to have kids, it shouldn't just be on the woman to take birth control pills, because let me tell you, those things have freaking hormones in it, and y'all already think we crazy. So now we're taking other hormones that mess up our hormones, and then you wonder why we're like moody
Snapping
and stuff
on y'all.
and snapping, because we've got extra hormones pumping through our veins that we can't control. So, you know, even, I'm not saying a guy has to get snipped as his way of like birth control. That's why they make condoms.
Yes.
So, you know, they can help in those regards. You don't have to necessarily get a vasectomy or get some.
Can you get a vasectomy reversed though?
You sure
If
can.
did it?
Yep.
So if you're a guy and you feel like you don't want kids, or you just want to like hoe around, get a vasectomy. But yeah, I think both should share responsibility. It shouldn't just be on the female. It should be on both parties to make sure that they're both protected so they don't have kids. All right, Angie said yes. Ray said yes. Hey, y'all love. Arthur said yep. Antonia said yes. It's easier for a man to get fixed.
Ooh, ain't it though? And y'all can reverse y'all stuff. Like women, we go through so
It's
much.
not
We
surgery,
have
though?
so many. No, it's
Just
just
go in
kind
there,
of
snip.
snip. They go
Snip,
home
snip.
the same day. It's outpatient.
Ain't nothing to cut that. Let me stop.
Ain't nothing to cut that dick
And
out.
she made a face at us. Deshaun said, just pull out and put a glove on. I personally don't like birth control on a female because they're already crazy enough. Just practice safe sex.
See?
Pulling out is not always safe.
But not
though.
pulling out though.
Pulling out
Because
is not
pulling out
always
means
safe.
you might pull out an STD.
Or you might just
Just
not
saying.
pull out. In
Or
time.
you might be lost in the sauce.
Right.
And be a little delayed on that pull out. And then you gotta tell her, you
And
gotta
not
have that
much later,
conversation.
that baby
like,
getting pulled out.
you gotta tell her, hey, I need you to go to CVS. I need you to go to Walgreens.
And get that contraceptive.
And I need you to FaceTime me so I can watch you take it. Here, go $50. Like, come on. Like, you gotta have that uncomfortable conversation. So, pull out's not always the best method.
All right. Ray said, I might want just one more, so it is what it is. Oh, he might just want one more kid. All right. Well, make sure you communicate that to your partner that you're having sex with before you make
Right,
that
because
decision.
you're talking about you want one more kid. What if they don't want kids?
Andrew said, and they recover over the weekend.
And
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Should males and females share responsibility? Yes. Share the responsibility of birth control. It shouldn't just be on the female. That's my final thought on that.
I don't think it should just be on the female because it takes two to tango. So if a guy doesn't want to have kids, he shouldn't be like, I thought you was on the pill. Don't assume every woman is on the freaking pill. Okay?
Right.
Don't do that. Pull out is not 100%. So don't do that because you might pull out an STD. Like, practice safe sex, but have that conversation. If you, and you shouldn't be having sex with a person if you can't have a conversation about how you guys are going to protect your situation and protect yourself. So
right.
if you don't feel comfortable enough with that person to talk about birth control or talk about using contraceptives, condoms, whatever, then you don't need to be dealing with them. Point blank, period. Protect your body.
Definitely. Any final thoughts from anybody in the comments?
Let's see.
Miss Carter, you have kids? You have love
I have godchildren.
She doesn't have kids of her
Godchildren.
own.
No, ma'am. All my kids are still in my ovary sacs.
Hey, Carrie.
Antonio, you already read Antonio?
No.
Antonio said if a woman don't get them tubes tied after giving birth, it's more downtime, money, and pain. But
Every
all
woman
women
doesn't
want
wanna
her
get their
tubes
tubes
tied.
tied.
Just because you have one kid doesn't mean that you're done.
Your tubes tied.
And Carrie says, take care of yourself for sure.
Definitely. At the end of the day, yes, take care of yourself for sure.
And Ray said, then we don't have to have it, Carter.
Have what?
Straight face. I don't know. I guess the conversation. I don't know.
Have what? This conversation.
The conversation. or that I don't know.
I don't know what Ray talking about. Ray, what you talking
Ray,
about?
you got to be a little more specific, honey, Chad. But all right, I'm moving on.
Next topic.
For shizzle. All right, go ahead. You can.
All right. So our next topic is: do you live an unhappy life to please others, or live a happy life to please you? That's a really good topic.
That's really good. That's really good. You know it's delayed.
Oh yeah.
So yes, do you live an unhappy life to please others, or do you live a happy life to please yourself?
I'm gonna say, I don't know if I. Let me just say, I used to live a life where all I thought about was pleasing others before myself, and then like I want to make sure everybody's straight before me, and that's just I don't know, it's just me as a person. But then one day, something just hit me upside the head, and girl, what
Corona
you doing?
hit the world.
Maybe. And then I thought about it, like, what the heck am I doing? Let me just please myself. So I started putting me first and started thinking about me first, and everybody else can just wait. So yeah, and it makes you a lot happier when you take care of yourself first, and you have that self-care and do everything that you need to do for yourself. Then it makes you a better person to actually help others when you need to.
Well, for me, I only get one life, and I've just always had this philosophy, like, I have to be happy with the choices that I make. When I lay my head on that pillow at night, I have to be okay with the things that I did or did not do. And for me, I don't feel like that's anyone else's choice. Because I'm not married, because I don't have kids, I can be a lot more selfish with the decisions that I make, because I only really and truly have to think about me. But even when it comes down to other things, like I don't live my life to please others, because at the end of the day, somebody always gonna have something to say. You can't please everybody. So I feel like if you live your life constantly trying to please this person, that person, get this person's approval, care about what this person says or does, or what they think, you're gonna be miserable because you're constantly trying to keep up with other people's what they project onto you. Yeah, and it's like, no, you're gonna be so freaking miserable, stressed out. That's how people become depressed. Because they're doing a lot of stuff in their day-to-day life. Like Tamar Braxton, she tried to commit suicide. Yes. And she tweeted.
Everybody's thinking like everything's okay.
She's so beautiful. She's got a great kid,
worries,
this new boyfriend.
Look what happened.
Yeah, and you know, what she tweeted out was, "My life is not my own." That was part of like her tweet that she sent out to certain family members before she tried to commit suicide. So it's like, when you think about that, my life is not my own. She felt like she was living every day, but she wasn't living the life on her own terms, on her own will and accord, and that weighed on her.
Let's read some of the comments.
What the people got to say.
Ray, who is a top fan.
Ooh, Ray. Hey, Ray.
Ray said, happy for me. Angie, another one of our top fans, said, I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you.
Thank you. Not going back and forth with y'all.
I'm living my best life. All right, Arthur said, happy life for me. Others can be happy from my happiness, I think. Yeah, I know, you're right. If you're happy, others can be happy. That like can.
They should, if they're true friends and they're not secretly jealous or envious of you, they should be happy that you're happy. Period.
Carrie said you became a mom and it wasn't about you anymore. And I think that, listen, Carrie, I think that's where a lot of moms get a little stressed out. Because when you do become a mom, it is not about you anymore. It's about your kids. But at the end of the day, you still have to put yourself first and make sure you're straight so that your kids can be straight. Mm-hmm. So I just feel where you're coming from for that. Because if you're messed up, then it's going to trickle down.
Yep.
All right. Ray said, F them people. Period. Miss Fields. Job love. Exactly, Carter. I make sure I'm taken care of and happy first. And again,
as you
have
should.
no kids.
Deshaun said, I live a mixture of both because I am selfless and I make sure people have what they need, even if I don't have what I need. But at the same time, I get pleasure out of helping people because I know what it feels like. I mean, that's good that you found some sort of a balance for your life.
Right.
But when it comes down to like making decisions for yourself, what career you want, are you going to move somewhere, who you date, how you dress, just things about you, how you talk, what you read, like those kinds of like decisions should be things that make you happy. So it's great to help people, but always make sure that the decisions that you make you happy. So if helping people makes you happy, then go for it.
Mary said, answer to question 1, married people. So do you live in a happy life with these others married people? And then answer question 2, single people. So he kind of broke it up. I don't think you could break it up. You can.
Because marriage is supposed to be servitude. So like in your singleness, you're allowed to be as selfish as you want to be. But when you become married, your mindset's supposed to shift. It's supposed to be servitude. So the husband's supposed to serve the wife's supposed to serve the husband, and then then they take care of like the children, so on and so forth. So I get that you can't make selfish decisions when you're married because you're supposed to be consulting that person, your rib, to your other side.
Right. All right, and next comment.
However, not all single people are not happy, and they live for others.
Nobody said single people were not happy though.
But there are some people that think that because if you're not in a relationship, you're miserable. That's for those people that are habitual relationship hoppers. They jump around from relationship to relationship, because they feel like if they're not with someone, they're not complete, or they're unhappy.
I know somebody personally. We both do.
Stay with somebody. Just
jump out of relationship to relationship to relationship,
and then back to the same
relationship. Let me just be quiet. They might be watching.
Yeah, love. We do have a YouTube channel.
I put it on there for her. Yes, definitely go like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you can know when videos are posted.
Period.
All right, and Ray said, if my foundation ain't solid, what do I have to stand for or to help them? Yep, you're right. You have to have a solid foundation, and if you don't have that within yourself and you build that self-love and self-care for yourself, it's going to be hard to please others and do things for other people. So make yourself happy first.
Period.
Any final comments on this topic? Do you live an unhappy life to please others, or you live a happy life to please you?
My final thoughts is do you, boo-boo.
YOLO.
Especially if you're single, do you, boo-boo. And if you are married, do y'all. Yeah, like still find a way to do you, but of course, you have to consult your other half in a lot of decisions that you make, but still don't lose your voice of what makes you happy. So try to find that balance if you're married.
Do you, boo-boo?
But do you, boo-boo.
All right, ready to move on? We're moving on.
All right, arrivederci.
Next topic. Guys, if you haven't done so, go ahead and share the live. If you're not following us, make sure you follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Side Eye Chats, and also follow our YouTube channel at Side-Eye Chats. So next topic. Ooh, this has been surfing the web everywhere.
It's all
I've
over
seen
the place,
up
on the
and
news,
down
everything.
my timeline, on the news.
Everywhere we go, people want to know.
What are we doing?
Reopening schools, sports. What are your thoughts on reopening schools and sports?
Oh, I feel so indifferent. I don't know. I'm going to plead the fifth. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't have to speak from a parent perspective or a teacher perspective.
Well, do both, bro.
Or
do both.
As a parent, I don't want my kid going back to school, just because there aren't any safety measurements in place. If there was something that I could look at to make sure that the safety measurements are in place, then I would feel a little bit more comfortable. Being that that's not the case, I don't feel comfortable sending my child to school. So my child will be on launch ed. Yes. As far as teachers going back, I kind of feel indifferent because I do know that some kids need to go to school because they need face-to-face learning. Everybody learns different. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, I feel that a lot of people aren't thinking about teachers' health and safety at all either.
And the fact that they got families.
And the fact that they do have family. A lot of teachers are older. People have older parents and siblings that they're around. So I feel like if those safety and health procedures aren't in place, then I don't feel like we should just throw those teachers out to the wolves. I feel like there's something needs to be in place, and teachers need to feel like they're cared about at the end of the day. And that's my take on that.
Well, I have zero assurance in this world, but as an educator, I do feel like it's a little scary thinking about having to go back.
Very scary.
Because, there's just a higher risk of exposure. And at the end of the day, I still have a home to come back to. I still have friends and family that I have to worry about potentially infecting.
Yes.
Because I may have been potentially exposed to kids. And so It's a scary thing, and I feel
scary.
like I don't get paid enough to put my life on the line.
I feel like that's what they want us to do. They'll put our life on the line without any safety measurements in place. Just show me the plan.
Give me an astronaut suit.
Yeah, or something, and I'm with it. I'm all with it.
I voted to do launch ed.
Yeah.
Because as a teacher.
It's just scary. If there's something in place that I could look at and feel safe and secure, then I wouldn't have a problem, because I know students need us. Especially students that learn differently. They need that face-to-face interaction. They need their teacher there guiding them and showing them how to do or how to learn properly. So I'm just like all over the place with this. But let's read some of the comments. All right. Thank you, Chubby. And my birthday was nice. Ray said, I'm gonna need y'all to find me a wife.
Hey, Delana.
Whoa. Ray, you trying to turn this into a dating game?
Tell Aiden I said hey.
We can find you a wife, all right?
All right.
Damaris.
Angie said my kids will be at the house.
At home. Angie said her kids will be at home. Carrie said, don't even get me started. I really would like to hear what you say. I might have to call you to get your response, Carrie. Antonio said no go, which means his kids are going to be at home. Delina, you want to read some of them?
All right, so Delina says, me being a coach from Orange County, it's a struggle because they have no real clue or plan.
I agree.
You're right. We're one of the largest districts in the state. So
kind of makes you think
a lot of people
are
are trying to look at us to see what we're doing to kind of see what they should do. And we kind of still
But it does make you think, like we stopped going to school in March, right?
Yep.
And from March until now, like no plan still. Like
I just feel like it's a day by day thing, and it's just nobody really knows.
What have we been doing?
They're literally taking it day by day. So like me, I'm just kind of chilling. Like I'm not making any like real plans for going back to work until like there's definitive plans that don't change every other day.
Right.
Other than that, I'm just gonna try to enjoy my quarantine summer.
That's what it's called, the summer of quarantine. Antonio said they will be reopening just to close back up. COVID-19 is real.
It is real.
Yeah, I know people personally that have been infected with COVID. Yep. So we both do.
Ray said facts fields.
Hey, is that a new name too?
Hey, hashtag.
Carrie said
100 done.
Teachers have barely been considered. Barely. They haven't been considered.
Nobody cares. They're like,
I don't think anybody cares about teachers.
Take y'all butts to work.
We already working for pennies.
Ooh, Deshaun wrote a whole paragraph. I got asthma. Let me see if I can make it through this without passing out.
Read Carrie's last one before you do Deshaun.
I thought I did.
Oh, I already.
Oh, right. So my
maybe absent for holiday gatherings. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Deshaun.
All right. So I personally prefer at this moment to have only schooling because it is safer. Because I am not sure if online. There we go. Online schooling because it is safer. Because I am not sure if there are safety standards set, and also you need to think about the educators themselves. If the kids are not being forced to go to school, why should the teachers? They still have a family to go home to at the end of the day, and not to mention they are underpaid.
Glad somebody was like,
it is not worth the life to go there and get sick and bring it home to their family.
I feel like they like.
Dang, Deshaun, you should put it on a sign. Like,
yeah,
you should
Deshaun,
be there.
that was good. I agree with what you said too.
You should be rioting for us.
Our lives matter.
Awesome. So Delina said, but now being in Texas, there are plans. They have a plan and goals for safety of the students, families, and teachers. Our first 3 weeks will be virtually moving forward. We will report back to work, but we will be teaching from the classroom, and students will be at home.
Whoa,
I think that's what the launch ed. Launch ed is for that. But I do feel bad for the kids that like need to come to school for food, or they need to come to school because they're like in abusive situations. So it's like a catch-22. Sometimes like that school is their safe haven, and so it's kind of sad to think about.
And then the parents that have to work.
Yeah, kids aren't going to school. Parents can't work, and all of this relief money and stuff is not going to just be sitting here for many months to come.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's very tough. It's a sticky situation. Y'all love said also some students, their parents go to work so they could be home to learn. Oh, okay, yeah. So they have to go to school. Oh, Aiden saw your face.
Yeah, look, y'all owe me a FaceTime. Clark.
That's not right, Damaris. I didn't hear that, but he said some schools are telling their kids if they are not physically in the class, they will not be allowed to play sports.
Oh,
it's like punishing them though.
That is punishing them for something that they can't do.
Exposed to more kids than they would be exposed to.
Exactly, I know, and there are some states that are pushing fall sports to the spring, like football
California
to January.
It's pushing football season to January.
What you said, basketball to like March,
for I think April to June. Yeah.
So
like
some
that.
people are like, we're not canceling sports, but
They're
we are
pushing
going to
the
shift
season
it.
back.
And then others are like, you can play the games, but there can be no fans. So, you know, people are still trying to figure it out. So just stay tuned to your local news for what y'all got to do, because everybody's different and
Everybody's
it changes
different.
every
It's
day.
changing every day. Something changes. I just hope that when they make this decision, that they definitely keep teachers in mind.
Keep teachers in mind, and just
In
know
their
that
lives.
the people making these decisions are keeping their kids home.
Yeah, the people that are making these decisions are keeping their kids home.
They make that announcement. My kids and grandkids and nieces and nephews.
Everybody's going back to
won't be
school, but my
there.
kids are staying home. Huh.
Yeah.
Go figure.
So yeah.
All right. Let's see. Ray said, "Y'all are the most important people in life. I love all teachers." Thanks, Ray. Teacher love.
And
Angie replied to Demary saying, "That's the stupidest thing I've heard."
Carrie said some parents have said that if they have to have their child at home for school, then the parent should get paid, not the teachers.
Hey, okay. Pay for what though?
I think I gotta move to Texas because Clark said that starting pay for the first
Texas.
three,
They said they're not underpaid in
57.
Texas.
They're not underpaid.
Wanna
in
make a
Texas.
move, friend?
We might need to make a
We
move.
might need to move to Texas and teach.
Somebody let me know what counties be paying good. I might just have to make that move.
Starting pay is $57,000?
Starting pay.
Oh yeah, we're
57.
underpaid.
We're totally
We're
underpaid,
pennies.
but I ain't. You know, I'm not gonna dwell on that because that's not what this podcast is
It's
about.
yes.
You know.
Final thoughts, guys, on this. We're moving on because we can definitely talk about this for the next 30 minutes, and we're not.
And Antonio said, if you're not gonna let your child go to school, you definitely should not let them play sports. Exposure is exposure.
Yeah, but is it? I don't know. It could be. I don't know.
Exposure is exposure, especially because a lot of sports are contact sports. So
Antonio, do you have kids that play sports and that are going to school, or that are doing the opposite? Not going to school, or because you just said your kids are staying home, but do you have any kids that play sports? That's a good question. We can move on though.
yeah, share the live. Share the live.
Yes, guys, hit share if you haven't done so already. Share the live. Share the live. Share the live.
All right, so next topic. You know, we're not gonna sit here and talk about Will and Jada because that's just beat over the head. Nobody's really surprised at what happened when August came out. It was just kind of confirmed what everybody was thinking. However, what are your thoughts on open marriages? What are your thoughts on open marriages? I think I want to start on this one. I definitely can say that biblically an open marriage is not what's supposed to go down and take place. However, I don't.
Marriage?
Huh? What is
Let's
open
talk
marriage?
about that, but before
okay.
you get into your
Open marriage.
that means
They
you
can
can do whatever
date
you want.
people, other people. I mean, they're married. They have their life. They're together. They're home together. But openly, they can date who they want. Usually, they can have sexual relationships with whoever they
I
want.
don't see the point of being in a marriage if you're gonna have an open marriage.
I don't agree
People
with
do
it
for different reasons.
I don't agree with this. Some people have that
Financial
mentality.
reasons, you know what I mean?
They gonna cheat anyway, so you might as well, you know. I personally can't deal in a situation like that. Like, leave the marriage bed undefiled. You know, like, marriage is supposed to be sacred. So I feel like if you don't want to be with just one person, don't get married.
That's how I feel too. Like, don't get married. Stay single.
Stay by
You're
yourself.
single until you get married. Even if you're in a relationship, you're still considered single to me.
Yeah, stay by your dang old self.
All right, let's see. Ray said, I was already thinking about getting a big house in Texas. So, a big house. When you try to say both of us can live there.
Right, he's gonna. Yeah, we can be sister wives.
All right. It is stupid because you're forcing trying to force. Oh, that's the last topic. It's the coldest water bottle. Yes, it's the coldest water bottle. Yes,
It is
very cold.
It's giving free advertisements. Y'all better hit my
Carrie
dog up for
said,
sponsorship.
then don't get married. I agree. Delina said, no thank you. My wife is not going for that. So no comment from me, Carter.
Look, don't do it because I know
it.
her and she will not. You will not be.
Antonio said, whatever make y'all happy, YOLO.
Yablov says open marriage is not biblical, so it's a no for me.
And oh,
I feel you. Roundtree said, close that marriage and enjoy life with the person you love. If you want it open, stay single. I agree. Stay single. Have a life partnership. It would be together for 15 years and never get married.
Right. Where we at?
Ray.
I'm with it all. I'm with it all. I'm not with it all. Okay, I was like,
I was like,
whoa.
with it all. All right, Ray. Okay, cool. All right.
Whoa.
Antonio says people out here doing a lot of things that's not biblical. Don't throw the Bible when you disagree with something. I mean, at the end of the day, I do believe things that are biblically based. Now, am I perfect? Yeah, no way. But I'm not going to sit here and judge someone else because they're living a part of their life that's not based on biblical principles. It's not my cross to bear. It's not my burden to bear. It's not for me to pass judgment because at the end of the day, I ain't going to be standing at them pearly gates when they got to answer to what they did on this earth. I got my own things I got to answer to, so I can't be worried about what somebody else got to answer to. I'm not going to judge you. I just said for me, in that aspect, I'm going to uphold the Bible. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm still working on the rest of my life, but in that aspect of my life, I'm going to uphold the Bible. I'm a work in progress, under construction forever. UCF.
Oh my God. All right. Angie said, is that where we're on?
Yeah.
People should stay in their own marriage and mind their business that pays them. What people do in their relationship is none of my business. Okay. And Ray said, I want to annoy and be annoyed by one goddess for the rest of my life. All right, Ray.
Yeah.
Toussaint said, God favors a number of people in the Bible who have multiple women they're involved with.
Check your sources.
Demary said, if that's what people want to do, by any
means or whatever.
Do you? And your own
by
home.
all means,
That's their business.
It is their business. Side note: FHSA just delayed fall sports, so playing sports won't matter right now.
Yeah, we kind of knew that. Yeah, they did.
But I mean, yes, do you? I'm not judging you. I'm just asking what people's opinions are about the whole situation.
I feel like I don't know about that open marriage thing. Just don't get married.
What about swinging? Like
swingers.
People swing.
What about swingers, guys?
Yeah, swingers.
Swingers that are married or swingers that are single? There's a difference.
I'm talking about swingers that are married. Swinging, I mean, if you're single, it's not really considered swinging.
But you can be in a relationship with somebody and be a swinger. You can be swinger still.
Oh, you mean, okay, well, yes, if you're not single, because I'm about to say, if you're single and you're swinging, you're just out there.
I'm saying if you're in a relationship with
out
somebody.
there, like, getting your rocks off.
Swinging.
Around town?
Yep.
Swinging around town. No, swinging, that's when, like, they swap partners. Like, they have, like,
I want your husband, you get my husband.
Yeah, like, they go to these, like, swinger parties, and it's like, hey, some guy comes up to you and says, hey, can I bang your wife? And be like, yeah, let me get your wife. And then, like, they go and do stuff. And then everybody goes home with their actual husband or wife and stuff. And
they have, like, clubs for that, though.
They do have clubs for that in a lot of places. And you would probably be surprised about the people that, like, go in there and live that lifestyle. Again, I'm not judging it.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. Because let me tell you something. Let somebody sample what I got. I'm going to be ready to fight. You hear me? I'm gonna be ready to fight. Especially if you look at him with some little googly eyes, a little smirk on your face.
But he's coming back home to you.
Girl, look at him. Look at him like you want it again. Look at him like you want it again.
He's just swinging around.
Bro.
Oh, somebody said Carter, no too much. That's Kwame.
Eyes educated, Kwame.
Galena said, good question. No, thank you. Carter, Carter, you sound like you've been to one.
No, but I do watch movies. Y'all ain't never watched things like Motives, Pandora's Box, stuff like that. All this stuff is everywhere. I learned a lot of stuff.
I went to a swingers club one time.
One time at band camp. I was about to say, let me get my popcorn.
Let me stop lying.
What happened, friend?
How do you even find a swingers club?
You gotta know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. They're not called swingers club on their
something else.
Yeah, like they're disguised. So
I don't know.
It's just like whorehouses are disguised.
Put a casket dead. All right. Jacob had 12 sons but 4 wives. Oh, he was still on that, and Messiah comes from his line.
But that doesn't mean that it was smiled upon. All right.
Final thoughts. Final thoughts. Yes, Zane Books has it all. Oh, I remember
Oh,
those
Zane.
Books.
Ooh, yes.
Oh my God,
Zane
I
Books.
remember those books.
Let me tell you
I used to
something.
be
That just awoke in my senses. That's all I used to read in college was Zane Books. It's the only thing I was interested in because I had to read all those other textbooks. Well,
juicy stuff.
I needed something to get my mind off of double helix DNA molecules and learning theories and
put it
calculus.
in the comments if you read Zane Books. All right. Doug said, "Hell no." Antonio said, "It's 1 on 192." How'd you find it?
Dumb.
Why do I feel like you got so
and
quiet?
You might as well know.
You got so quiet
Because that
here.
was a little specific, you know.
1 on 192. It got super quiet.
It got real quiet. But we're gonna move it.
on.
We're gonna move it.
I like to
You know what? This thing on Watermark. I forgot to
move it.
I literally gotta move it. All right, so next topic. Can romantic relationships be considered distractions?
Distractions, like any type of distraction. Distractions in work, sports, school,
Life,
whatever.
productivity. Can romantic relationships be considered as distractions?
Yeah, I think so.
Explain.
If you're at a point in your life where you're trying to like get your career going or starting a business or just doing something for yourself, I feel like a romantic relationship can be a distraction if it's not managed properly. Because a lot of times people want to focus on like their goals, like their business. If they're like a business person or if they're working on their career, they're focusing on that, and they might not have time to focus on that romantic relationship.
Interesting. I think it depends on the person. There are some people, once they get in a relationship, they are all in. You hear me? They push all their chips to the center of the table, baby. And their bae becomes their life. So everything they say, do, plan, think, eat, sleep,
around
breathe,
that person.
Is revolved around that person. So I think for those kind of people, heck yeah, romantic relationships are a distraction because they stop living their own life. They stop being productive. They don't care about school. They start calling in to work so they can cuddle longer, you know, like on a regular basis, not just like, you know, it's their birthday or something they want to, you know, no, like they literally like cut their own personal life off to revolve their entire life around that new person that they're dating, and they're habitual at it.
Right.
Usually.
Let's see what some of the people in the comments
No
said.
matter what the people say.
Tony said, "Don't meet me there, beat me there." Kwame said yes. Galena said no. If the person that you're with understands your goal you're trying to achieve, then no, it's not a distraction. And that's true. If they understand your goals and your aspirations and they're willing to be there for you and, you know, work with you during those times.
I think you have to be upfront about it though too. Like, this is how you met me. Like, let me break down for you the kind of person
where I am. Yeah,
because like she and I, we're both really busy people.
So busy.
So like people who actually date us, they have to understand that we're pulled in so many different directions, and it's not that we won't make time for you,
but it's just like this is where we are right now in our life.
This is where we are. So you have to get with the program because we're not going to neglect our responsibilities or stop doing things that we enjoy to just twiddle our thumbs and be available for you at every beck and call.
Right.
So,
yeah, when guys like try to talk to me before and I'm like, oh, I'm busy, I think they would just think I was lying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so busy. You know what I mean? Like,
they do. Because some people use it as an
lying.
excuse. Some people
like, I'm
use
like
busy as an excuse.
Like
they do.
I seriously was that
they
busy.
They use it as an excuse. Where we at? Damaris. Yes, because your focus on goals or other things in life are pushed to the side. Clark says it depends on the people and their maturity level. Touche. Well, with that maturity, depends on the people. If you are a person that's a go-getter, you need to be with another go-getter.
Yeah, you can't be with
somebody that's drive is below you because they're
you're always at work. You're always doing this. You're always at sports.
You always got a business card. And you
need to be with somebody that's a go-getter.
So
2 go-getters.
Yeah, match.
Roundtree said it depends on what your priorities are. If it interferes with what's important and causes you to lose focus, very much so.
Right, and Clark said right. Roundtree also said everything should be in a healthy balance.
Yes.
And that is true. Balance it out. Because really and truly, even in a relationship, each of you guys should have your separate things that you do outside of each other, whether it's hanging out with your friends or goals, hobbies, apart from each other. Then you have your set things that you guys kind of do and experience together. But just because you're in a relationship with somebody doesn't mean you put that person in the center of your universe. Because I can almost guarantee people who put their person in the center of their universe, you're not in the center of theirs. It's unequal.
Period. All right. They have to understand Carter coaches from August to May, and she has
8 months. Yes. So, might have to come to Texas and babysit.
That's so funny. All right. If you don't understand my grind, then I don't got time. I kind of feel that's how I kind of feel too.
Yeah.
Like if you don't understand like what I do and why I do it, then there's no time for
There's no point in dealing with you because I don't have time to sit here and explain to you why.
I know people say this. All right, next comment.
Antonio says, no, it's not a distraction. People will make time for what they want to make time for. They will make it work if they want it bad enough. Well, okay, we are busy people, but it's not like we're always like single. We date people. We get in relationships.
We have relationships.
And we didn't necessarily cut our responsibilities off. So I agree with what you're saying, Antonio, but when people, there's two types of busy people. People that say they're busy because they don't want to give you no time, and then people who are really are busy. However, people who are genuinely busy but they want to make time for you, they will. Like they will,
even though they're tired after a game, after being worked all day,
they will still find time. So I agree, people will make time for what they want to make time for, and you have to differentiate between people who are busy but make sure they carve out time for you, and people who say they're busy and they never try to carve out time for you. Those are two different ends of the spectrum. So, final thoughts? Anybody?
Any final thoughts? My final thoughts is yes, it can be distraction. A distraction. Depends on how you deal with it.
I think it can be a distraction, but I feel like if you know how to balance time management, if you know how to prioritize, if you deal with someone whose drive matches your drive, you won't. They won't let you make you the center of their world, because they're gonna be like, no, you got this and this and this that you're supposed to be focusing. What about this? What about this goal? What about that? So if you are dealing with somebody whose drive matches your drive, you guys can keep each other on track as well.
Right. I agree. All right, moving right along. So if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you share the live. Make sure you're following all of our pages on all of our social media platforms. YouTube, side-eye chats. On Facebook, side-eye chats. And on Instagram, side-eye chats, all one word. Make sure you go follow. All right, next topic is...
Go for it.
When you break up, should your ex also break up with your family?
Ooh.
When you break up, should your ex also break up with your family? Heck yeah.
Do esta play, friend. Esta
Listen, if I break up with you, my family break up with you. Like, that's how it is.
What you mean they can't pop up for Sunday dinner?
No, they're not popping up. You're not a part of this family, so don't pop up. Don't try to show up. Don't try to be buddy with my parents. Like, no.
They can't still call your parents on their birthday?
If we're done, they're done.
But they build, especially when you're in a long-term relationship with somebody, you build relationships, personal relationships.
Listen,
with
if ain't no kids involved, the breakup is real.
But what if they became really good friends with, like,
if
your brother
your kid's
or something?
Grandma or something, or grandpa or whatever?
What if one of y'all boos became really good friends with one of your brothers?
Break up.
And they're like homies. They go hooping, they go clubbing together.
Break up.
You can't expect them. You can't expect them to cut ties just because y'all cut ties.
I don't know. I would expect them to. If we break up, they break up.
I feel like
it's a family affair.
I feel like it's a fine line, and there's a way that even though the relationship has ended, it depends on how the relationship ended and how they're trying to infiltrate your life. So
they could be trying to
they can still. I feel like in a sense where say you dated a guy and he was friends with your brother, I don't feel like you should have to stop being friends with your brother, but he should not use your brother as a way to stay close to you.
Exactly.
So
that's why I say what I say.
Do stuff separately with your brother.
Right.
But
don't be trying to come to
don't
family
come
events
to your birthday.
Me.
Yeah, don't come to your birthday dinner because you're coming with he's coming with your brother.
Right.
Like it's for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think there's different ways of keeping it separate, but without people having to necessarily cut all ties. But just out of respect, don't come to the family reunion. Don't come to the cookout. Huh?
Yeah. Definitely. I definitely agree. All right, let's read some of the comments.
Where do we start? Jeez.
He's
Okay.
lying.
I always make time for Fields. My dog did. But we're not going to talk about it on here. But she gave him the side eye.
I don't recall.
And then Clark says, hell yes, when you break up, everybody break up. It's broke.
I'm with you.
Broke up.
I'm with you. Break up.
Antonio said no. Clark said no.
When you go, we all go.
Angie said,
no. I have sisters that are no longer with my brothers, but they are still family.
were they married? And like maybe got divorced or
Sisters
something?
that are no longer with your brothers.
Not like that. Like maybe
Oh, like
sister-in-laws
sister
or
friends?
like
Oh.
they became
Oh,
really
maybe,
close.
yeah. Maybe they, yeah.
What if your parents still want them around? That's the conversation. Do you want me to come to the cookout or you want them to come to the
You gonna
cookout?
have to choose me or
Because let me
them.
tell you something. I'm not going to keep coming to the family functions and being around somebody I don't want to be around. So if you want them to be there, that's fine and dandy, but I won't be there. So you choose.
And then if you get a new boo or something and they still
That's
come
so
around, that's
right.
awkward.
Because then he over
Oh,
there.
that's my ex over there with my
trying to put
brother
macaroni
and
and
them.
cheese on his plate, and then
What?
he over there
No,
eyeballing
you're not
your
invited.
boo-boo. No, that's so uncomfortable.
your own
Nobody
family
wants to live
events.
like that. Exactly.
You're not invited.
Or have separate events with the people in my family that you want to be around where I'm not going to be there.
All right. That causes problems with your new peeps. If there are kids involved, then we will come to understanding before the relationship ends. Yes, I agree.
Oscar, what's up?
Hey, Oscar.
And
shout
Angie
out to.
said, yeah.
I was gonna say shout out to Oscar for my birthday present. Yeah, he gave me a
Aww.
whole bottle.
Yay, Oscar. You so sweet. So Angie said yes. Antonio says depends on what is the cause of the breakup.
It doesn't depend on me.
I mean, I just feel like even if it was an amicable or peaceful split, it just becomes
like there needs to be a
uncomfortable.
respect factor. If you start dating someone new and your ex is at family events, that's
That's
not
really
cool.
uncomfortable.
That's
I don't want to
uncomfortable
be
for
in a
your
situation.
new person and your ex feeling like they all part of the family. No, you're not invited. Break up.
Deuces. So, final thoughts on when you break up.
And Mimi
Does
said
everybody break up?
they can keep contact forever. If I moved on, I moved on. All right. And another final thought.
Roundtree said if the relationship was established before we were dating, possibly. But if not, nah, bruh.
bruh.
They got to go, bruh. I just feel like I don't know. Sorry. If we break up with my
Break
family.
up.
Please.
Because I don't need to see you at
thank
Thanksgiving or Christmas
Yeah,
or the barbecue.
Exactly. And what if he get a new boo
And bring
want to
them.
bring a new boo to my family?
That's just messy.
No, it just becomes too much. Just cut the drama, keep the peace.
Right. Antonio said if you was jumping on my sister, niece, daughter, you can't come around. We fighting on sight. Oh my God.
If y'all done, if they done, they done.
All right, moving on. Next topic.
The final topic of the night.
That's our final topic?
It's the final topic. Look at the
Oh my
time.
God. Okay.
Can relationships survive infidelity? If so, how? Can relationships
That's a good
survive
one.
infidelity and how? Ooh.
I don't know. It depends on how strong
Well,
the
first of
individuals
all-
are. Because, if
Go
it was
ahead,
me,
friend.
if it was me and I was in that relationship, I would be thinking about the infidelity. So I would say no. Just because, like, it just depends on how much infidelity was done, how it went down, how it happened. I'm the type of person that I would probably be holding it over your head. So I just have to leave you.
Well, first of all, one step to surviving infidelity is one person don't kill the other person. Because
Exactly.
let's just start there.
You might be
Let's
dead.
just start there. Have I seen people survive infidelity? I have. It is possible.
Oh, yeah.
It's very hard. It's a deep trench.
It's very
to
hard.
come back from because it requires both parties to accept their role in it. A lot of times when there's infidelity, people want to say, no, you're the person who cheated, so you're the only person at fault, and they don't want to become reflective on what behaviors they might have been exhibiting that kind of push that person over the edge.
So do you think somebody pushes someone to cheat?
I think that sometimes people feel trapped and feel like they don't have another way out, and that's why they result in it.
That's where communication comes in. I'm sorry.
And some people say they try to communicate.
I feel like there's no reason for infidelity or cheating or any of that. I feel like at the end of the day, you're grown. You know what you're gonna do before you do it. So if you can't have that conversation and communicate, then
keep it moving.
Yeah.
People can. I think there's a lot of counseling involved. There has to be some way to rebuild trust. Because that's a major thing. You know, you now wonder when that person say they're going to the grocery store to get bread, are they really getting bread? You know, if it take them 10 minutes longer than it should have taken them, that kind of stuff. So I think they can survive, but I do think it's hard. What do people say?
All right, Demary said, broke up or not, I'm not coming for my plate.
Oh, he's on the other topic.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Antonio said yes, counseling and communication. Clark said a lot of counseling in Remy.
Taking shots.
Mimi said depends, money, estates, reason. All right.
Damari says yes. Look at the celebrities and some of our grandparents. It's been proven. Clark says drink, and pray. I mean, it can, but like I said, it's a two-way street. Like both people have to be willing to accept the responsibility in it, because majority of the time, unless a person is just a habitual cheater and it's just because they're all jacked up on the inside, there's usually something that their partner did, said, wasn't doing,
or triggered,
you know, something,
or they could just be a cheater.
Person. But I'm saying outside of the people who are just habitual cheaters, cheat for sport, cheat for fun, cheat because they ain't shit themselves, whatever. Outside of those people, there are situations where there does need to be a sit down and you hash out, okay, I cheated, but I was feeling like this because of this was going on, and both parties have to accept their role in it, because I think without that accepting your role in it, you can never move on. You can never build on something else.
So the communication needs to happen before the cheating, not after.
But sometimes people do, and sometimes people aren't ready to communicate until after
they get caught.
No, after they catch them. I'm not condoning cheating in any way, shape, or form, but I do know that there are situations where a person that gets cheated on kind of is a large cause for it. Not saying that the person was right for stepping out on them, but there are times where the person that gets cheated on does a lot or says a lot or doesn't say or do a lot that pushes that person to feel like that's their only out.
Right. Okay.
So just they need to accept their responsibility in the situation before you can actually build, and like you got to figure out what's the real root of the problem before you can even think about moving forward. So final thoughts on can relationships bounce back from infidelity, cheating?
I say 90% of the time no.
Angie says, what is my role if his eggplant fall off in another bed? If it fall off, well, fall off like.
Oh my God.
Ask him what caused him to do it. Some people will say there's nothing you did wrong, and other times they will lay it out on the table. This is how I was feeling. Was I right for stepping out? No, but this is why I did what I did.
I don't know.
Communicate. Counseling. Definitely counseling.
I don't condone any of it. I feel like if you wasn't man enough to come talk to me before you cheated or the infidelity happened, then kick rocks. We don't need to talk after.
Just don't end up on Fatal Attraction or Snap.
Kick rocks.
Just don't
big
go
rocks.
that far. You know, love your life to where you don't end up in prison.
Kick big rocks.
Because somebody stepped out.
Yo.
You might be able to work through the infidelity as long as both of you guys are alive.
Martin.
And not
where have you been, Martin? Literally, like, where have you been?
Martin.
You need to text me. Martin said, hell no, nowadays people don't take responsibility, which is true.
Angie said, like, he dropped it in her drawers.
Oh my God. All the way in her drawers?
He just
looked it. They should leave. Then they should leave. Oh my God. Final thoughts, guys.
I think they're finally done.
This is the final thought.
That is the final. All right, guys. Well, you know, we have reached the end of the road. So, if you are not, please follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, go like our Facebook page and follow.
Hello.
Everything is Side Eye Chats, okay? Side-Eye Chats on YouTube and on Facebook, and at Side Eye Chats. No dashes, underscores, or spaces on iJizzle.
If you tune in late and you missed the live, you can go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
On any of those social media platforms.
Exactly. And if you like what you see and you like for us to keep it going, you know, we got to fund this thing some way, somehow. So shoot us $5 every now and then.
Period,
Our Cash App.
honey.
It's Side Eye Chats as well. Other than that, guys, love, peace. Oh, wait. She said with no socks. Kicks rocks with no socks.
That's right. I said kick rocks. Big rocks with no socks.
But outside of that, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you same time next week. Make sure you inbox us if you have any topics that you want us to discuss, because we want to talk about what you want to talk about.
Bye,
Outside
guys.
of that,
See you
love you
next week.
guys. Do